mynews.studio.
In Mozambique, elephants disappeared during years of war. Now we're seeing them return in huge numbers. But the question is, can this recovery really last?
Today is June 15th, 2025. Let's focus on Gorongosa National Park. For decades, it was nearly empty. In the 1990s, after the Civil War, aerial surveys counted only a handful of elephants, buffalo, and zebras. The ecosystem was at the brink. So, what changed?
A real shift came in 2004. That's when the Gorongosa Restoration Project began, a partnership between the Mozambican government and the Carr Foundation from the U.S. They combined funding with working closely with local communities. Why did that matter so much?
It was more than just funding. They linked wildlife protection with things like education, healthcare, and agriculture. If local people are healthy and have jobs, there's less reason to poach. Instead, the community got involved in ecotourism and managing the park itself. That really changed their relationship with the land, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. By 2025, the numbers are remarkable. Over 110,000 large animals now, including record numbers of elephants and antelopes. Gorongosa is now recognized as one of the greatest wildlife restoration stories and even received the BBVA Foundation's Worldwide Award for Biodiversity Conservation this year.
International partners made a big difference. The Carr Foundation brought in long-term planning, reintroduced species, trained rangers, and supported scientific research. But is it really just about outside support?
No, that's not the full story. Local ownership was crucial. The project supported economic and social needs, so conservation became part of daily life, not something imposed from above. As a result, poaching dropped and the park became more sustainable. Do you think this approach could work in other places?
That's the big question. Gorongosa's example is powerful, but copying the model in other places with conflict isn't easy. Problems like security, lack of funding, or unstable government can't be ignored. Each place would need a tailored approach, right?
Exactly. And even in Gorongosa, the job isn't finished. The mix of species has changed. Waterbuck, which are smaller antelopes, now dominate. Elephant, buffalo, and hippo numbers are still below what they once were. Real recovery needs constant management and flexibility, especially with climate change and new issues between people and animals.
So it's about more than numbers. Gorongosa is really a story of resilience. It shows that nature can recover if given a chance, and if you mix science, community, and long-term thinking. But does that mean any ecosystem can come back after war?
Not automatically. Recovery takes peace, resources, and trust. But Gorongosa proves that restoring nature and improving lives can go together, even after disaster. For other places dealing with conflict or biodiversity loss, it's a starting point, but it has to be adapted and led by local people.
So, the main takeaway? Even in the hardest-hit places, recovery is possible. But it takes partnership, patience, and adapting to local realities.
Mozambique's wildlife recovery began with one park, but now it offers a lesson to the world. If people and nature can recover together here, where else could it work?
That brings us right back to the beginning. From elephants returning to a battered landscape to a thriving ecosystem, Mozambique's story is about hope, but also tough decisions.
Thank you for joining us as we explored how Gorongosa changed the conservation playbook after war and what it could mean elsewhere.
Thanks for listening. This episode was brought to you by mynews.studio. Try it now for free.